That's right, folks. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and BTC Fiber YouTube. Go check out BTC Fiber YouTube channel and subscribe. I just looked. It's 8:25, so we need 100 and what's
175.
We need 175 subscribers to get to 1,000. So come on, help us out. We really would appreciate that, folks. How you doing, Pawpaw?
I'm on TV. I didn't realize that. I thought I was just on the radio.
All these years later.
That's something really for an old man like me to be on television.
Mm-hmm.
Blows my mind.
You're an icon around here, Pawpaw.
Ah!
Most people think he's heavier than that because, the TV ad's 20 pounds.
Right. It went from 10 to 20, didn't it? That's what they used to say. That's 10 pounds.
But when Billy called me up here on the radio and asked me to come up here and talk with him, I never realized that this would materialize.
No. Which I didn't either. I didn't either on that. That's for sure.
It's right in your face, Billy. I'm going to scoot it over.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I like these old-timey mics, though.
It's got a good sound.
Mm-hmm. Super 55. I just like the old-timey look about it. I feel like we could be in a Nashville studio in the 1940s or 50s singing in that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You want me to sing?
Well, we'll see about that. That's what it seems like.
That right there come from Main Stage Music in Dayton, Tennessee. That was a donation to me for the radio show.
Wow.
Come on.
Yeah.
That was a donation, really?
Yeah, that's a $500
That's
marker.
a nice
That's
donation.
a $500 marker.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's one
Main
heck of a
Stage,
donation?
Main Stage Music. They're in.
Dang.
That's several. We've had it here for a couple of years now. But
Uh-huh.
yeah. Or
Yeah, I've always liked it because it is so unique looking.
sorry, we went down a rabbit hole there.
We sure did. Well, we don't have many announcements.
Well, there you go.
Really weird. It's weird not having many announcements. We don't know what to do. But apparently, I don't see anything about any breakfast for tomorrow, which is
Very unusual.
very
That's very
strange. And there probably, more than likely, is one, I would think.
I could cook.
You would just think there would be. I just don't. There's always a breakfast, seems like, aren't there, on the weekend, every Saturday morning.
So at Albert's house this Saturday morning, we'll be having pancakes, waffles.
That's
I
right.
better be careful. Everybody be showing up at
That
Albert.
sounds really good.
I can make biscuits and gravy and scrambled eggs,
This
coffee.
plates are $100.
Yeah, that's right.
Come one, come all.
They come with a brownie. Yeah.
I've got a box of brandy mix sitting on the stove ready to make a batch.
I thought you made them by scratch. Now wait a minute.
I know I did.
Oh.
I've had a lot of people ask me what I put in my recipe. That I refuse to divulge.
Yeah.
Yes, we are well aware of that fact. Well aware of
So
that
apparently Betty Crocker is what you put in your.
It's Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines or Pillsbury, whichever's the cheapest. And they've gone up. I went from $1 a box to $1.24. The cheapest I could find was $1.24.
Coming from an old store man.
Yeah.
Yes, I always pay attention to prices.
Oh, does he ever? Does he ever?
Do you know my mama did? And it doesn't matter to me. If I want a gallon of milk and it's $27, I'm going to get it. That don't matter.
Well, this one here will go to 3 or 4 different stores.
And I do.
He does.
I do.
He does.
When I make my grocery list out, it's for 3 different locations.
See, I knew it.
Mercy, that's a lot of shopping.
But
Ain't it though?
But I won't drive more than a quarter of a mile from one place to the other. I'm
Now, I
not
gotta admit,
wasting
I
gas.
like Save a Lot.
Yeah, they're all
I like
kind of
Save a Lot.
close. That's true.
No, I'm not wasting gas.
Yeah, they're all close together pretty much.
I'll give my. Sometimes I've been sick and I've given my grocery list to Paula or Vicky one. When I give it to Paula, she buys it all at one place and says, "To heck with it, Daddy."
Yes. That's what I would do too.
Me too.
I can promise you that.
And just buy the groceries straight out.
Exactly.
Not even.
Because I hate shopping, period. And grocery
I like to
shopping,
eat,
no
though.
different.
I like eating.
Well, I have
Yeah.
people at all locations that I talk to. And,
That's what it's all about.
That's what I do. Wherever I go,
Socialize.
I like
Social
to.
butterfly.
Yeah. Yes, he is, yes.
As you go through life, look for relationships.
Amen.
You can develop those relationships wherever you are because a lot of it will depend on you and your approach to the people around you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good point there.
Well, Joseph, we're studying about Joseph in Sunday school.
Uh-huh.
Joseph is given a bag of lemons, and he's going to either eat those lemons, lemon peel and all, or he's going to make lemonade. He makes lemonade.
I like that.
Yeah.
To end up with more lemon for your buck that way, I guess.
You wouldn't want to eat the lemon
It tastes a
peel and
lot
all.
better.
Yeah,
It
it
tastes
tastes
a
better.
lot better.
You make lemonade out of those lemons, and you've got something enjoyable for everyone that tastes it.
Yeah, that's true. So
Throughout
maybe that's where that
Joseph's
saying comes
life,
from.
everything he does,
Maybe. That very well may be.
everything he touches, it's successful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I am, but I'm just saying the things that happened to Joseph as he went through life, he had relationships wherever he went, and he developed them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's smart. Hello.
That's not me.
Somebody waving or blowing the horn. Well, we do have a breakfast that we can talk about for February the 5th, but I can't find any for tomorrow. That has to
That's
be like
next
a mistake.
weekend, though.
Yeah, it's just a week away. This one is at the Rescue Squad. It says breakfast buffet at the Rescue Squad.
Oh, come on.
It
Buffet.
does. It sure does. February the 5th from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m.
Wow.
And that's at that's at the building out at the bypass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's never been worded that way before. That
Yummy.
I've noticed. Breakfast
Yummy.
buffet sounds really good though, don't it?
Some places that have had a buffet have done away with buffets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because,
Well,
During the
some
COVID.
of them are
Yeah.
back, I think. But yeah, some more needs to come back. That's for sure. I miss them a lot.
well, they got the hidden variants now.
Hidden?
Yeah, they don't even. When you get it, you don't even know that you got it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right, exactly.
We're gonna get demonetized for that one.
Give them an excuse to cancel a million other things. That's all they want to do.
All right.
Well, congratulations to Donna Keys, Papa. I had no idea until 2 minutes ago, maybe, that
Well,
this even happened.
I went up there this morning, but she was not there. Evidently, she was back in the kitchen. But I did get to have some of the punch and some of the nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't even know about that.
I had a tooth pull this week, and I was surprised I was able to eat some of the nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
But Donna has been there at the bank for 17 years,
Mm-hmm.
providing friendly smile for all the people that came along.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's decided that she wants to retire
I
and
had
get
no
out of the
clue.
hectic pace of public life.
Mm-hmm.
And so she has put her name in the slot, and she is going to. Today's her last day.
I can't believe this. I didn't know.
Last day is January the 28th. That's today.
Well, congratulations, Donna.
Congratulations.
And, well, I guess I
She's
know
been
now. I'm
helpful.
glad I know now.
She's been helpful to us through the years.
Well, she had beautiful parents. She's got good genes.
Right.
Good genes.
Good point. Good point.
I went to school with her daddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is, it's weird to say this, but that's all the announcements apparently we have today. So I guess we can go to trivia.
Oh, there you go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm sure you are.
Okay, number one. Your big blank elephant. Your big...
Pink elephant.
That's what I was thinking. Pink elephant in the room.
Well, where's the verb? Wait a minute. Where's the verb? Your big blank elephant.
I don't think you can say that on the radio.
Your big...
I know.
No.
You got to have a verb in there somewhere.
Well, is there another clue you can give besides your big elephant?
These two
Your
words
big red-
are two-letter words, and both of them start with A. You're big as
an elephant.
As an elephant.
That one could have went a lot of different ways.
It really could.
Congratulations.
An elephant is pretty good size.
They're huge.
And I've had people look at me and say, "You're not big as an elephant, but you gained too much weight."
I've heard it put as, a beach whale. I've heard people say that
Big as a
before.
whale.
Yeah.
The tongue in an elephant is big as a city bus. The tongue in a whale is big as a city bus.
Which that is just insane to think about. That is insane.
Okay, but an elephant is one of the largest, heaviest creatures on the planet Earth.
Yeah, they're fat. Yes.
But the whale would weigh more, but the whale's in the ocean.
True.
But the whale is a mammal. The whale is a mammal.
Oh yeah, they are.
God done an
They're a
amazing
very
job
big,
on the
big
animal
mammal.
world, didn't he? He just done an amazing job.
You know
with
what?
Absolutely.
Every animal that is on the planet Earth, Adam named them.
Yes.
That's so weird to know.
But when it came to his wife, he named her too. Adam named...
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
What about that?
Looks to me like he would run out of names.
Exactly. God had to be telling him all these names, because how do you just think of stuff like
Duck-billed
that?
platypus,
I know,
Three-toed sloth.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, you're Y-O-U apostrophe. You are blank roll.
You are on a roll.
You are on a roll. Now, wasn't that easy?
That was easier.
You got my drift.
Okay.
Number 3, Cleopatra's River.
The Nile.
The
She
Nile.
was in denial.
That's right.
Isn't that the longest river in the world?
Yes.
I believe it is.
If it's not, then it would have to be the Amazon.
Amazon's what I was thinking. But
Cool.
One of them
I'm
for
not
sure.
Cochise tribe. What was he? What tribe of Indians?
I don't even understand what the word cohesive.
Cochise.
Cochise.
Cochise. I believe it's Cochise.
How in the
You
world
remember
am I
what tribe
supposed
of
to get
Indian
this?
he's from?
Was it Creek?
No.
No.
What's the most popular Indian tribe?
Cherokee, Apache.
Apache. The Cherokee was because of the Trail of Tears.
Yeah.
Went through here.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge.
That was the worst clue ever.
Knowledge. What is knowledge? 4 letters. 4 letters. Knowledge is
Power.
knowledge
that's-
is power.
No,
But
so that's not
if
the
you've
word
got a
you
lot
picked.
of knowledge that has been stored from time immemorial, another hint, another clue is folklore. Knowledge is lore.
Oh,
It's what all you have gleaned from the time you were born until wherever old you are. The knowledge you have gained is the lore that you've been exposed to.
Oh.
Folklore is in this area. You don't hear about folklore in the north.
Oh, really?
In other
Really?
countries.
Okay.
No.
Huh.
It's you hear about Daniel Boone and
Yeah.
people like that, the settling of the West and things like that. You hear about the
Yeah.
Alamo. All these things that happened in history, they're part of your lore. They're part of your knowledge. They're part of what
That's
you
true.
absorb from what happens to you, what you read about.
Okay. I've never thought about that.
The Veep's boss, the VEEP, who's his boss?
The CEO.
The Veep of the United States.
Oh my gosh. The president.
The president
Oh,
is
okay.
is the
VIP.
boss of the vice president.
Okay.
We call him Albert calls him the Veep.
Okay.
What's Robin Hood's
Or
band?
her.
What's Robin Hood's band known as?
Yeah.
Robin Hood's
the-
band.
Robin
Two
Hood and the
words.
Band of something brothers.
No.
Or Mary
Mary what? Mary. No, they're not. Well,
Brothers.
they rob from the rich to give the poor.
Uh-huh.
But
Dang it, Mary Band of something.
Mary men.
Dang it. That's close.
Last one. An army recruits first assignment. Where do they send the army recruits? When they're first enlisted?
Basic training, maybe.
Okay, but
Combat.
what do you call it?
Boot camp.
Boot camp. He gave you a hint. He pointed toward his boots.
I'm the lifeline here, see,
And I didn't
Boot
see.
camp. Boot
and
camp.
I'm a terrible lifeline, by the way.
I should pay attention. I didn't even see that.
Well, you got about half of them.
I do think so. but
These
I
were
will-
hard.
They were hard.
They were hard. I'll agree. But I never know where they're coming from, so help me.
can
I just
believe
write them
that.
down the way that they come.
I can so believe that, especially that one question, where the clue was just. But might as well not give a clue.
The Indian one?
Yeah, that one. That was
I-
pretty bad, wasn't it?
I got 2 this morning out of the crossword puzzle that I worked.
Was that one of them?
Oh, they're going to be. I've got.
Weeks down the road.
I've got 10 or 12 days on ahead.
Oh, well that.
But I got 2
Those
of
were
them
tough.
today out of the crossword puzzle that I worked. I thought, hey, that'd make a good trivia question.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I'm surprised I don't happen more often, actually.
Well, what are we going to do when
Maybe it needs.
What are we going to do when the newspaper stops in June?
We get another newspaper. We get another newspaper, and we show Papa how to use the internet. At
I'd
least give
say
it a try.
I'd say Papa's last day here will be June the 16th.
Oh no, you'll be able to do it, and we'll have another newspaper for you. But you would be surprised what all you'll learn just by getting online. If he would learn how to do that.
Online?
Yes, which
I'm
is
gonna
called
get
Get
online.
it,
online
get it
internet.
wired in
I'm not going to get
with the
online.
fastest internet in the
Why?
world.
I can't afford it.
No,
Oh.
you don't have to use. I'm saying use anybody's to get on there. We could show you how to use it.
Use anybody's?
You can do it on your phone.
Do it on my phone?
Well, I can do it on my
Not
phone.
on that phone,
Yeah.
but on your new phone.
I've heard that my
Exactly.
phone will be no good.
Well, if they right now they've canceled that 5G thing for us right here anyway. Big cities already got it. Atlanta got it. Nashville's got it. Chattanooga in some places has it. But for right now they've shut it down because it's bothering the airports and bothering our airplanes.
Really?
It's so powerful.
Wow.
Wow.
Or the possibility of it. So that's reason.
So we might go back to mine.
I doubt
No.
that. We won't ever go back. We'll go.
He knows that. Well, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, folks, but after the break, we'll be back for some sports of all sorts and some good old Albertology. That's
Yeah,
all.
there you go.
Coming up after the break, right here on the Albert Billy
Come
Show.
on right back.
I'll take care of less today, Dylan. Oh, no, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay until I hear error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to dunlapmercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
Welcome back, folks. Here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18, BTC Fiber TV, and BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Get on there and subscribe. You can watch every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on the BTC Fiber YouTube page, as well as all the original BTC Fiber TV shows. All their episodes are on there, so get on there and support all of them. Not just us. Check out all the shows on there. They got a lot of good things going on the BTC Fiber YouTube page, so check it out, folks. You can also go to the Albert Billy Show Facebook page, and if you'd like to leave us some messages there, feel free to. Anytime you want to ask us a question on there, you can. We'll check the page daily, so just pull up the Albert Billy Show on Facebook, like it, and we'll appreciate that too. And we got well over 1,000 likes, Papa. Doing good on our Facebook page.
Really?
Oh yeah, and we don't even promote it that much, really, not like we should. So I need to start promoting it more, doing a better job of that.
Do they say which one of us they like?
They do. They like us both, I guess. Well, we want to thank our sponsors: Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's right here in downtown Pikeville, Emma Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, Michael Walker. Thank you to all three of you, longtime sponsors, as has Farm Bureau Insurance, Matt Massengale and his friendly staff in South Pikeville. Pikeville Family Dentistry is catty corner to us, as Papa says. The Loom, our neighbor on Cumberland Avenue, owner Judy Yates. You can go there and get a little bit of everything, to be honest with you.
You can.
Nickel Antiques is closed for the season. They open back up in April. So, the Getting Place, go get you something good out there at the Getting Place. That needs to be their commercial. Go get you something at the Getting Place. by Georgie. Morgan Brothers, along with the venue and the Bank Walker Brewery, which is top of the line. Really, really nice. If you haven't been in there and ate yet, you need to. Really, really cool place to go to. I like it. Gibbs Pools. Oh, you know somebody that works there. Don't
Looking for employees.
They're looking for
Looking for
employees.
employees.
Now hiring Gibbs
Now hiring.
Pools. And State Farm Insurance. I don't think he's hiring. You have to ask Nick Smith about that. Milldam Outdoor Adventures. The Country Gospel Bluegrass Showcase Sunday, which is 8 a.m. every Sunday right here on WUAT Radio. It's Lola's. She's back. It's Lola's. And she has recovered. I talked to her yesterday. And they're wanting to have an event in the spring.
Oh, yeah.
And she talked a little bit about either maybe St. Patrick's Day, Easter. They're shooting for a spring theme event. I like it. Keep it going. I like that idea. Collier and Company Realty, along with Remax Realty, and your realtor is Miss Cindy Nipper. They had 2 campaigns sponsoring us. Also elect Janine Boynton for Register of Deeds, and also the elect John Boynton III. He's running for Bledsoe County Register of Deeds. If you are running in a local race, folks, I will say it again. You know, everybody has an open invitation to appear on our show. Mr. Boynton's going to be here next week.
All right.
So every
John?
candidate, yes, and every candidate can nobody can say they haven't been invited. So we always have an open invitation for all candidates to make an appearance on here, and so just know that. And I would definitely take advantage of it. That's just me talking. I would definitely take advantage of that opportunity.
The popularity of Channel 18 is it's the only television show in this valley that I know of.
Yeah, and
That's beaming from here.
It's doing great, yeah. So gives you a lot of exposure. So you need to think about that. Also, birthdays. I forgot some birthdays, but we have birthdays to mention. Let's see, the 27th. So these were yesterday. Casey May Roberts was yesterday. Laura Reed, happy birthday, Laura, and Victoria Rodriguez, right? Yep, Victoria Rodriguez. So happy birthday, Victoria. Hope all you ladies had a great birthday. All right, Papa.
Isn't Victoria a beautiful name?
Yes, it is.
That's a very pretty name.
One of George Reed's grandchildren was named Victoria.
Yeah,
Victoria.
Heather's daughter.
Right. Yeah.
Well, George's wife was from Victoria, Tennessee.
Miss Trina. Wow, what about that? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Also, we do have an announcement, folks. The basketball game for tonight at the high school has been canceled. It is spitting snow outside already. I think they're calling for more snow
On the
maybe,
mountains, I think.
especially high elevations.
Yeah.
So they have went ahead and canceled tonight's ball game. So you heard it here first. Canceled ball game tonight. We'll let you know the makeup date for that.
And we just got that on the bat phone just a few minutes ago.
That's right. That just come in. Well, speaking of sports, no basketball here tonight, but there's been plenty of basketball that's been played.
We've been having some ball played.
Sure have.
Tennessee basketball last Saturday, within the confines of our friendly fans in Knoxville, our men's team, number 24 at that time, won their 10th win of the season.
That was a good win, too.
Well, they took
LSU
on number 13 LSU.
They're no joke.
And let me tell you, that was the 10th win at home in a row. But now, that was their 13th win overall.
Okay.
And they beat LSU 64-50. That 64 disappointed me, but if you got a
That's
spread
really
of
good
14
defense,
points,
though.
you're all right. You're safe.
Notice they improved on their defense big time in that game.
They did. LSU had beaten us 79-67 the last time we played,
Oh, yeah.
and so
you know, the game before that was when we give up like 100-something points. So
yeah,
they must have really emphasized
Kentucky.
the defense.
But Santiago was the one that led us with 16 points, and that's about his average for the year, about 16 points per game.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent.
But Auburn was at number 2. They beat Kentucky last Saturday, 80-71. They are 15-1.
Dang, Bruce Pearl did it
That
again.
then, but they've played since then. Our Lady Vols last Sunday in Athens, Georgia, we saw our unbeaten string extended to 7 games. We're now 18. We were 18-1 last Sunday.
I know.
And
Played
we
so
got
good
up.
in that one.
We got up to number 5. Horston got 19.
She's playing ball.
She's consistent.
She is.
Burrell got 13, but where was Burrell last night?
I do not know.
Georgia was number 13 in the land. So
You can beat them, but then last night lose to dang Auburn.
that was the 71st time we had played Georgia. So that you would call that
A rivalry. Definitely.
we held Georgia scoreless in the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds. And we scored the last 6 points, so that's the reason we won 63-55. We held them scoreless for 4 minutes while we scored 6 points.
That's the way to end the ball game.
Our last Wednesday night, our volunteer men took on Florida at Knoxville,
Oh, that was a good one.
and
Very close.
Vescovi gave us 21. Chandler got 17. So we got a 79-71 victory. If you score 79 points per game, you'll win most of your games.
Well, I wish they could do that consistently.
We should.
Well, yeah, you're right. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. They're very inconsistent this year.
But Saturday, tomorrow, we will be taking on, it will be the SEC versus the Big 12.
Oh, I always like those challenges.
We play Texas.
Ooh, his old team.
And Barnes was from Texas.
Yes. Had a lot of success there. A lot of success.
UTC won last.
Interesting.
They beat Wofford Wednesday, and they're 17-4. UTC.
Oh,
That's not bad.
that's not bad at all.
Okay.
Wow.
The Auburn Tigers, which is a football school, won, and they're up to number 1 in the land on Tuesday. Auburn Tigers, never before in the history of the school did they ever attain a ranking to be number 1, and yet
Wow. That's the
Bruce
second
Pearl
time.
has led them to the promised land.
Just like he did Tennessee. Think about it. Tennessee had never been number 1 until
They
Bruce
never
Pearl.
had. But now he's got Auburn at 18-1. That's pretty good.
That's very impressive. The man can coach. That's all there's to it.
Well, in my opinion, Bruce Pearl is the most exciting coach. He is able to transmit his excitement to his players
Yes, they
and to the
want play
fans.
well for him.
And to the fans.
Yeah, definitely. He's very engaged.
I'll
with the
never
fans.
forget the time that I was watching Tennessee play when he was coach of the men's team. He attended a women's game, and there he was,
Got a
bare-chested with his chest painted.
Yes, that was great because she returned the favor, Pat Summitt.
She was
dressed up as a cheerleader. Remember?
She was glad that Bruce Pearl was interested in her team too,
Absolutely.
because
It meant
he
a lot.
was for Tennessee.
He was definitely, and he's greatly missed at Tennessee.
Greatly missed. Well,
And
there's envy is a sin, But I'm sure there's a lot of Tennessee fans wish that Bruce Pearl was here instead of there.
You dang right.
Even though Auburn is the loveliest village on the plains, people in Tennessee would rather he be here than there, I'm sure.
That's exactly right.
In baseball, David Ortiz made it on the first try into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, did he now?
He was called Big Papa. That was his nickname, Big Papa. You didn't know that?
No, I don't think I did.
He spent most of his 20 years of servitude to the baseball game in Boston.
Okay.
He was voted All-Star 10 times out of those 20.
50%.
And this was the last try for Roger Clemens, Bobby Bonds, Barry Bonds, and Kurt Schilling. Those three players will not have an opportunity again. This was the last ballot they could be voted on, unless some special occasion brings them back into consideration on an old team, old timers team or something.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
The reason those three men have not been able to make it to the Hall of Fame is because they're tainted with steroids.
That's right.
They're tainted with steroids. Another man that never made it to the Hall of Fame, that was the all-time hits leader in the sport of baseball, his name was Pete Rose.
I knew you was going to say Pete Rose.
He has never made it, and he never will. Because of the fact that he
gambled.
He gambled against, he bet on his own team, bet against his own team.
He did. He did.
And sports writers have the power to embrace you, or they have the power to kick you out. And they have chosen to kick out Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Kurt Schilling, and Pete Rose.
They have, haven't they? They're cheaters.
Cheaters, I guess that's another way of putting it.
And they got away with it for years.
In tennis, Nadal got by the quarterfinals.
Australian Open.
He steps away. He's 2 games away from getting his 21st win as a title holder.
He'll be the all-time leader if he succeeds, folks.
It took him 4 hours and 5 sets to win that game, the quarterfinals.
Didn't come easy, did it?
Shapovalov.
Russian guy, yeah.
Okay, last night our Tennessee ladies team took on Florida.
No, Auburn. And should have won. I don't know what in the world was wrong with them last night.
Well, they went 6 minutes without scoring.
Which is terrible.
In the 4th quarter, they got 10 points.
Which is terrible.
High school teams get more than that.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
They got beat 71-61. They were behind 11 points at the half, but Auburn was able to keep that spread between them.
Yeah.
And they won by 10 points, 71-61.
They did, and I think Tennessee did make a run, but they weren't able to come all the way back, though.
Well,
Horson's the only one that done anything.
She got 20. No one else is mentioned, I don't think.
I don't think they done
Horson
nothing.
got 21.
She had to do everything in this game. It can't be that way.
Well, I think our win streak came to a screeching halt, but we're 18-2 now.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I hope that the loss stings and makes them more, motivated.
It's derailed us from getting any further along in the standings.
Yeah, we were in first place. Alone in first place in the SEC.
In the SEC, we had not lost in the SEC.
No.
Okay, Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, he retired, folks. The Steelers quarterback retired.
Big Ben.
That's my team, the Steelers.
Do you know what is called Big Ben?
It's a big old clock in England.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd know that or not. But he decided to call it quits after 18 years.
He was very, very injury prone.
Well, he was so big, though. I think that's one of the things that's enabled him to stick around 18 years.
Probably so. I'm sure.
Quarterbacks get a lot of late hits. They get a
Oh.
lot of abuse.
Yeah,
Because
that's
if
a good
you-
way to put it.
I think coaches coach their teams. If you can get rid of that quarterback, we'll win this game.
Sometimes it does make you wonder. I guarantee you some of them actually do say that, folks.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-mm.
All right, that's all I have
Not
in
the
sports.
least. All right, well, let's hear about some good old Albertology, Pawpaw.
All right, these
Bless
are
us with your wisdom.
wouldn't take but about a minute to give you my wisdom. People think because you have attained the ripe old age of 86 that you're smart.
So is there no truth to that?
I've just had experience. I'm
Okay.
not smart, but I have got some wise sayings.
Mm-hmm.
These were garnered from when I was a mentor at the high school for 7 years.
Oh.
I also, after the 7 years, I was unemployed for a good while, and then I got hired as a substitute teacher for 3 years.
Yeah.
So I've been in the profession
Wow,
school-wise for 10 years. I'm not
Yeah.
qualified to be a teacher either. But anyway, these are some sayings that I would talk to the children about, the students about once in a while. They'd let me, and this
Really?
was before phones got so prolific.
Good.
I can remember the first day I saw a telephone. One telephone.
Really?
I remember the first day a boy had a telephone in the lunchroom. And the principal told me, if you ever see a phone, get it. Bring it to me. I don't want anybody having a phone. And then it got to where before I quit, every kid had one or one extra in their pocket, I guess.
Oh, you're talking about a cell phone.
Yes.
I was thinking about like the
Yes.
old-timey rotary Dayton phone. The very first phone you ever seen was,
No.
you know, like Lassie had, you know, when they on the show had to ring up Thelma. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
All right, here's
You throwed me there, Papa. First phone I ever seen. What is the very first telephone you ever seen in generally?
I don't remember where I was, but we never had a phone. I don't remember us
Did
ever having a
Did
phone.
Are you kidding me?
Did the movie theater have one?
Not that I know of.
Really?
But when I was home, when I was a boy, we never had a telephone. But
That was-
later in life, it got to be accepted. Everybody had a phone. But I can remember the phone would ring, and you'd be on a party line, and your number might be 2 rings, and your neighbor would be 3 rings, 2
Oh.
long or 3 short or whatever. That was the way you knew it was your time to answer the phone. And
No
on the
way.
party line, if somebody called you and your neighbor wanted to listen in, all they had to do is pick up the phone and they'd hear what you.
I thought so. I thought so.
It went on. It went
And
on.
you know people were doing that.
Yeah.
You know they were listening and eavesdropping.
So there was no such thing as privacy. But here's some wise sayings that I have come up with over the years. I use them in. I could go to any table. There'd be about 10 or 12 students at a table. We had 4 different feeding sessions, and I could talk about anything I want to talk about. I'm sure that they objected to me talking about the Bible, but I didn't care.
There
you
you
gonna
go, folks.
I didn't care.
There you go,
All right.
Papa. You tell them.
Here, this one, I would say this to the students. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. So live your life that when you die, the world will cry while you rejoice.
Ooh, that's
That's heavy.
That's heavy.
That's heavy. But
But
I would
good.
lay that on those students. And when the phones got so thick, sometimes I would put my hand over their phone and I'd say, leave it just for a minute. I want to talk to you.
There you go.
They'd let me do that.
Oh, they should have let you do that.
This is another saying. What you are is God's gift to you. What you will become will be your gift back to God.
Another one.
I like that.
I do too.
Zig Ziglar said this one. If you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you want to learn, no one can stop you.
Well, that one's good too.
Zig Ziglar's a smart man.
He's a
Oh,
motivational
he's pretty big,
speaker.
I was
Christian
thinking,
motivation speaker.
Oh, okay.
I've got some more,
I
but
didn't know who in the world you were talking about.
Oh, I know him. Yeah.
you
I know of
really
him.
never heard of Zig Ziglar?
Well, I've heard that name, yes, but I couldn't place who he was though. Still can't really.
Do you ever watch Jeopardy?
Every now and then, but
Patricia
you
and I
like it a lot more than I do.
Well, Patricia and I watch Jeopardy on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And they have renamed that studio where it is telecast. It is now called the Alex Trebek Studio. They renamed it after him.
No way.
And that woman that
They
was
should though.
that won 40 games in a row, 40 nights in a row, she got beat.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she finally got beat. And the man that beat her got beat last night.
Well, dang, how long did he last? Just
One
a day?
night, one game,
Oh,
one night, one game.
Yes.
But it showed his reaction whenever he won and beat her. She bet so much money on her winning that that last answer that's what beat her was how much money she put up, and it showed his reaction whenever she did that. It showed it on television. It was so exciting to watch. He was dumbfounded, buddy, to think that he beat that woman. She had more money than he did, but she bet so much money that she would know the answer, and she missed it. But here's Marilyn Voss Savant's question. This comes from a man in Greenville, South Carolina, Ralph Vaccaro. He says, I'm a regular reader of your column, and I watch the game show Jeopardy. Could you be a guest host or a contestant? Either one would be incredible for you to be on there. And this is her answer. Alas, no. Guest hosts are auditioning to be the regular host right now, but I think it's been decided that this man that's doing it now will do it. The woman that was taking alternate roles with him, she's going to start a new program, a new television show.
Really?
Yeah. So I think it'll be this
played
man.
on the Big Bang Theory.
She did?
Yeah. She's actually a real scientist.
Oh, wait. Oh, who you talking about? Mom Balaki?
Maya.
She
yeah.
played Blossom, too.
Yeah, she played Blossom.
I
That's
didn't
right.
know what she played.
Yeah.
But anyway,
She's been acting since she was a little girl.
Yeah, she was a child star.
But that woman had won 40 games in a row, 40 nights in a row, and she had 40 weeks in a row. 40 games in a row. She had won over $1 million. She was second in total winnings and in 9 games won to the man Ken that's doing it now.
Yeah,
Ken Jennings.
Now, I remember him having a great run on that show.
It's hard to believe anybody could be that smart.
I know. He never did get beat.
But they're asking her if she could be the guest host or if she would be a contestant. Here's her answer. Guest hosts are auditioning to be the regular host. And he or she will be young and charming.
Okay.
That puts me out. She's not young and charming. And I don't have the temperament to study for competition, nor do I have the buzzer skills for that matter. So
Marilyn saying that?
She's saying I could not do it. I could not do it.
Miss Smart Woman can't do it. I can't believe it.
Okay, Pickles.
Pickles.
Out of all the comics,
Bill Pickles.
there are 2 pages of comics, page and a half, of cartoons, and like the shows on television where they keep you involved in soap operas type shows, you know.
Like cliffhangers and stuff.
Well, Pickles is the only thing that I read on a daily basis. I do not read any of the others. I will look at Dennis the Menace once in a while to see if there's a picture I want to draw.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that. I love those movies though.
All right, here's
Yes, some it is.
Earl is taking Nelson, his grandson, out to fish. And he said, they're both in the boat, out in the boat, fishing in the middle of the lake. And he says to Nelson, well, now you can't say I never take you fishing, can you? And he says, you're having fun, aren't you, Nelson? And Nelson says, yeah, but it'd be more fun if we caught a fish. Earl says,
A lot more fun.
I only said I'd take you fishing. I never said I'd take you catching. Pickles again.
Good old Pickles.
No, I've got another Maryland. I've got another Pickles.
Well, I thought that's what you
Maryland Voss Savant says this. The question is, I know perfectly well that you don't answer questions about etiquette, but you're so sensible. Could I please ask you just one question? I hate it when people fight over paying a check in a restaurant. It's so uncomfortable for everyone at the table.
And stupid.
Can you suggest a way to avoid this? This is her answer
I don't know about
to
that.
Samantha Winters of Chicago, Illinois. Here's what I suggest. When someone else asks for the check, don't intervene.
Yeah.
That's annoying and sometimes downright offensive, depending on who is at the table.
That's true.
If you're the one who asks for the check and someone else intervenes, let them take care of it and quit.
Exactly. I mean, heck, they're doing you a favor. Let them.
Let them. That's what she's saying.
Exactly.
Okay, this one is funny. This Pickles is funny. Then I'll do some jokes.
Sounds good to me.
Earl is sitting here at the park bench, and his friend is sitting there with him. And the friend says, why is your wife, Opal, mad at you, Earl? Well, I told her old women are grumpier than old men. And the friend says, well, I've always thought that was true.
Oh, really?
But I've never been stupid enough to say it. Old women are grumpier than old men?
Right there.
That's
I don't
pretty
think
good.
I would say that to a woman.
I don't think I'd want to call my woman an old woman either. Or old lady.
I
or any of that
never
stuff.
called Carolyn an old woman.
I made a joke a few weeks ago about old lady, and boy, I got really hammered for it. I was just joking about it. At
an event famous for giving out awards in bizarre categories, the MC enthusiastically announces the next prize will go to the laziest person in the audience. If you think you qualify, raise your hand. Everyone raises their hand except a middle-aged man who seems to show no interest at all. And so the MC says to that one man, congratulations, you're the winner. You won $100. Still showing no emotion, the man says, would you mind coming over here and putting that $100 bill in my pocket?
Boy, he is lazy.
I believe if I wanted $100, I'd get up and go get it.
I think I would too.
This was a blonde that says this. I just saw a guy walking down the street eating a gallon of ice cream right out of the carton. I hired him as my life coach.
You can't even find a gallon of ice cream no more. They don't even make gallons of ice cream.
A half
There's no
gallon
such
is
thing.
54 ounces.
They do the whole
Instead of
metric thing now.
64 ounces,
Yeah.
you get 54. In some brands, you get 48. But
Really?
it's the same size. You don't know that you're getting less than
There's no
half a gallon.
Oh,
Do you realize that when all the time that I was working in the store, no, the last few years, but the first 30 years I worked in the store, you bought a pound of coffee. I remember when they dropped it to 13 ounces, and now it's 11 and a half ounces. But people buy that bag of coffee and think they're getting a pound of coffee. They're not. I'm going to start. I'm going to start eating clean. How do you wash ice cream?
That's a good one too.
I like Kay's ice cream and
I can remember when I was a boy.
Kay's.
No, when we were married, we would stop at Kay's ice cream and buy the kids Kay's ice cream.
That's good stuff.
But
My mama worked for him. She was a manager at Kay's.
You rarely ever see a Kay's anymore. There's one Kay's Castle
in Saudi days.
in Saudi days.
Darling.
Kay's.
You can go still.
that.
You can still go there and get a red hot dog.
A red.
It's red.
I don't know.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody want to buy some exercise equipment? I'm having a going out of fitness sale. I never heard of that before. Going out of business, but going out of fitness.
I like it. I like it.
My wife does this cute thing where she goes out shopping for next year's sale items for the yard sale.
That is smart.
If I worked in a used record store, I would tell every customer that all sales are vinyl instead of vinyl.
They're vinyl.
And this is so true. I've had to deal with this more than once. One of the world's strongest man events should be pulling apart two grocery carts. They're stuck together. I've seen that happen to me more than once. I finally just give up and go to another row.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real, it's not worth all that.
I accidentally went grocery shopping on an empty stomach, and now I'm the proud owner of everything in aisle 7. Laughter is good medicine. The scripture says that.
Does it?
Yeah. Laughter is good. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. That's scripture, the Proverbs.
Wow.
To prevent coronavirus, stay home, avoid physical contact, and don't go into large crowds. If you're an introvert, you can say, I've been preparing for this moment my whole life.
Exactly.
In Washington, D.C., the police department, because of COVID, put out this announcement. We're asking all criminal activities and nefarious behavior to cease. We appreciate your cooperation in halting crime and thank the criminals in advance. We will let you know when you can resume your normal behavior.
Exactly. And I can see that being true is a bad part. Like I really could.
Now, Carolyn never did me this way, but I can picture Carolyn saying this to me. Mm-hmm. I'm sure she thought it. Concerned that he might have put on a few pounds, my husband exited the bathroom and asked, "Do you think my chin is getting fat?" The wife said, "Which one?"
Ooh.
That would be mean.
That's mean. That's a burn right there now. That's a burn.
This lady says, and it's probably a woman I've taken out, I knew it would never work out between us when he asked if we wanted to share dessert. Patricia Nail and I were together for almost 5 years. It was Patricia's idea when we went out on a date to share a meal.
Oh, was it?
Yes. She came up with that idea, and it saved me a lot of money.
I mean, seriously, it really would.
Saved me a lot of money. We were together almost 5 years.
And most restaurants gives you plenty for 2 people, and you won't have to take any home.
So
what I do when I go out to eat, I have 2 meals. I eat there, and I take the rest at home.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
The game card said, name 3 wars. So my daughter said, the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, and Star Wars. And my neighbor took his annual physical.
Uh-oh.
And his name is Jim. And they asked him, are you eating plenty of fruits and vegetables? He said, well, yesterday I ate 8 apples. The doctor said, you ate 8 apples? He said, sure I did. That there were 8 apples in that piece of apple pie.
Oh.
We got time for 3 more.
Sure.
I've got 3 more here.
Those are good.
My grandson came home from kindergarten yesterday in tears. And the mother said, what's wrong, son? The teacher told us to eat the popcorn and then we could read. So, he's crying now and he said, I ate the popcorn and I still can't read. Bless his heart.
If I was about to say, poor little fella. Poor guy.
Kindergarten and couldn't read. My 3-year-old granddaughter, Olive, will often come and sit on my lap while I
Do anything?
will often come and sit on my lap. Okay, one day my daughter saw us together and she said, what are you doing, Olive? I'm hanging out with your dad.
Ooh.
3 years old.
She knew what he was.
Whoa.
My granddaughter put my 3-year-old great-grandson on the phone. After a few minutes of chatting, I told him I loved him. He replied that he loved me too. And then he said, aren't you the one who passed away?
After sitting there talking to me. What a dummy.
I've got
What
one
a
more.
dummy.
I've got one more. And
Okay.
this will end on a bang.
What?
Our family was playing the game Outbursts. I never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
One of
Never
the topics was the 10 Commandments. Everyone shouted over one another as we called out the answers. How many people could name all 10 of them?
True.
Including my 8-year-old grandson. He yelled, thou shalt not admit adultery. Thou shalt not admit adultery.
Instead of saying commit adultery, you shouldn't admit adultery is what he said.
That's all I have.
Words of wisdom from that boy.
Oh, me.
Those were good. Those were good.
I'm telling you, he's been on a roll for the past, I want to say 3 months, Papa. At least. What do you think, Darryl?
It's been a while. Once
on-
we got out of the dollar book, they improved. They went straight up to the top.
I never
Boy,
was
that
fortunate enough.
improved.
I think I found some for 50 cents.
50 cents.
Yeah.
Now that's a cheap joke.
I had to go to the foot doctor yesterday in Crossville, and I meant to go and look for some books, but I forgot.
Is that the podiatrist?
Well, dang.
Is that
I went to
Yeah.
Longobardo.
I was up there at the skin doctor there yesterday at the
Really?
there in Crossville.
And I meant
I'd
to
rather
go to the ear doctor, and I forgot that too.
I'd rather go to a
I'm
alley.
not kidding. I forgot it. Thought that when
I'd
I got
rather
4
go to
on.
an alley and take my chances with a guy with a knife than I had the skin doctor. At least you know what you're dealing with. You go to the skin doctor and they go, hey, well, you got this one and this one and this one. We're going to take it off right now. No warning or nothing. And they just slice, and I can't stand that. I want a
I
warning.
couldn't stand
If I go to the
that
dentist
either.
or something, I want a warning.
Absolutely.
I had
They
a-
should have to warn you.
I had a tooth pull this week, and Doctor It was hard for him to get it out, but I'm glad he got it out.
I'm sure.
Was that catty corner from us?
Catty corner.
Okay, yeah.
I took us some brownies the next day.
Oh, did you? They said, we're going out to eat. And I says, okay. And so they said, but Daryl, you got to wear your mask. You got to wear your mask. And
To go eat.
To go out to eat. And so we walked in, and I had my mask on. We walked back to the table, and they said, Daryl, you got to wear your mask. When you get to the table, you can take your mask off. And I thought, well, okay. And so I was thinking to myself, well, once you get to the table, you can't, get it or whatever. So no matter, and so the phone rang, and so I jumped up and started to walk out the front door. And they said, oh, you can't go this way. They said, this is one way out, one way in. I was like, oh, no, why? What's going on?
Yeah,
And she says, well, if you go this way, you're going to catch COVID.
Oh, come on.
Are you?
No. We shouldn't be joking about that because really, I've had friends to pass away from it, and it's very serious. But
it is. But I will say this though,
but
Daryl.
it's
one of those
over it.
situations. I've been over it.
Yeah.
Because there's people dying of a lot of other things too that just don't make the news because they don't want it to make the news. But yeah, of course it's a serious thing, but I get where you're coming from. It's one of those situations where either laugh or cry.
Yeah.
It's.
And I'm glad
that unfortunately.
I feel like we've been, blessed through this, considering what could have happened.
Yes.
So whatever.
Good.
I don't think it's over.
I don't think it won't be over for a while.
It's not over. No, it'll get. Well, I'm not gonna go into
much
detail. It'll get better. Things will get.
Well, like I said before, up here at the head of the valley, up on the mountain at the bottom of Hinch Mountain, there's a graveyard up there full of little baby graves. I think the number on them is like 1915, 1910, 1915 in that area. And there's literally hundreds of graves in that graveyard of little babies that happened in that, Black Death or whatever that stuff that, that happened in that 1910 era. And it's so things can really.
Well,
and they took them out there, I heard, because they didn't want to bury them in town because they didn't know what they were dealing with.
Oh, right.
So I don't know.
That's possibly true there.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, we've had to deal with things as they have come, and they have had inroads into how many people they would kill before something was invented to counteract it, to slow it down.
Right.
So I'm hopeful something will happen that will slow this down, just like whooping cough was a terrible thing. Flu.
You are at the age where we've seen a lot of things where come down the road where they gave kids shots when I was a kid at school, and they didn't ask nobody. They didn't send no permission.
And they made a place on your arm too, buddy.
Yeah.
Measles.
They didn't get no signed permission from mama or nothing. They just did it. Oh yeah, for a little while. Early on.
Well, I guess they were necessary. Right?
That's right. Yeah. So
that's what I'm figuring. So
I think America has done quite well. Considering we have a perseverance heart in this country.
That's right.
And so,
and more and more people are catching on to that fact.
Persevering.
They are, and I'm glad.
That's a good word. Perseverance. I'll have to learn to spell that.
I'm not even going to try.
T-H-A-T. That's what he used to do. It used to be like a trick question. And you know it.
He knows it. He looked down.
Well,
that's a great show, guys.
Well, thank you. That is it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Thanks for joining us and listening to us here on WUAT Radio, and for watching on Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV, and also BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Get on there and subscribe, though. I've reminded them 3 times today. Come on, folks, get on there and subscribe. We're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers. So get on there and check it out. Like and subscribe. We do appreciate it. And we will see you folks next week for another all-new episode of the Albert Billy Show. So long, folks. Hey, folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.